Tuesday's declaration by NASA leader Raila Odinga that he will be sworn in a president on 12th December has caused political shockwaves across the country. While there are those who have dismissed his move as mere hot air, some are holding their breath on the outcome. Should Odinga mean what he said? Will the national resistance movement actualize its leader's wishes? KTN News managed to track down some of Odinga's political strategists and a former political detainee, Wafula Buke, who says Kenyans should take Raila Odinga's words seriously, as Duncan Haemba reports.
Wiki jana kule Zimbabwe bwana Mnangagwa waliasisha kuapishwa, basi tutapisha.
It is this Manyanja Road declaration by National Resistance Movement leader Raila Odinga that once again has put the country in yet another tense political moment. Odinga has vowed to be sworn in come what may during NRM's inaugural People's Assembly on 12th December.
Ile Agosti 8 mahakama ilisema imeweka kando, lakini tutafanya njia ya kurudisha hiyo ndani iwe kwa katiba, na tunaapishwa tunaingia Ikulu. Sawa.
Wafula Buke, a director of political affairs and strategy at ODM headquarters, says Tuesday's declaration was long overdue.
You see, in Kenya we don't have the courage to say things as they should be said. The contest between we, the NRM, and those who claim to be in power now, is just a replay of the past and a continuation of the past. Those who want change and those who want to preserve the status quo using crude methods. Unfortunately for us now, the struggle is not just about trying to advance the gains. It's now about trying to make sure that we rescue what we've lost, that we gained in the past. That's where we are.
Nyinyi mnajua Raila Odinga si muoga. Nafikiri mimi naenda kwa muoga.
Buke, who is also a former political detainee, argues that NRM's decision to swear in Odinga is their last resort, having hit a snag on other fronts. But High Court advocate Steve Ogola terms the move as unconstitutional.
It could have serious constitutional and legal implications if you assume or you promote an impression of an image, then you'll be subverting and promote an image of a president, or maybe you personify the person of the presidency, then you could face criminal charges in the usual manner, you know, of impersonating the president when you are not.
Nobody can prescribe how a struggle should be fought. Because it's determined by the parties that play. So far, the ballot has been a flop since 2007. 2002, it was a success because we, the liberation lineage, gave them a candidate of their own. Kibaki was theirs, so they could give power to one of their own. Now, when it came to our success in 2007, our success because Raila comes from the lineage of liberation, change. They could not give us power. 13, the same thing. Now it's the same thing. So for us, the Home Guard lineage has refused to embrace the ballot as a means of bringing change. Now, when you refuse to embrace the ballot as a means of bringing change, you send us back to the library. So we're in the library trying to find out how else do we do. We've given them a chance.
But does the opposition have the numbers and the support of majority of Kenyans?
Every time we have resistance, we have to identify the few who trace their ideological identity to that history. And they're normally insignificant because we are submerged by these conservative forces. And that's where we are now. And for us in the struggle, the quorum for change is always two people. Once you meet as two people believe in a cause, you connect the oppressed, you have change.
We are coming from a culture of non-recognition of the law by the political class, by both Jubilee and NASA. And now we are seeing an extension of that mockery of the legal system at a level when the legal process, the electoral process, has come to a close.
Then there is the question of resources to kickstart and sustain a revolution like the Arab Spring. Lately, NASA has been relying on well-wishers to support the activities.
No, you cannot sustain resistance if you do not have a good cause. Every positive cause brings resources on board. Every resource mobilizes, every cause mobilizes its resources. It is not resources that create a cause. Wrong history. You cannot talk about resources. We are talking about these electoral games where you have to buy IBC, buy a PEO there. But if you are in a struggle to change a country where you get your resource, the first critical resource is the oppressed. Are they there? If they are there, that's a lot of money. I work for Raila Odinga, and I can tell you this, we spend very little money mobilizing people. There's a time we had a rally in Meru, a big rally, mobilization, we spent 20,000 shillings.
Could this be Raila Odinga's biggest undoing for a man celebrated as a champion of democracy? Or what will the outcome of his move spell for him?
Nimekuja kuambia nyinyi wa Kenya ati wakati wa ukombozi wa tatu ndio umefika. Ukiona ishara vile meona, hii ni ishara ya ile serikali ambayo inaanguka.
Msimamo ndio msimamo unatupatia motisha, na sisi tutaendelea mpaka haki ifanyike katika Kenya. Sasa muko na Raila?
Hii kitu tumeichora. Mnaisikia? Hii kitu imeichora, lazima itaingia. Sitaingia. Akilinda uhuru, tunalinda. Akilinda uhuru, tunalinda. Akifuata uhuru, tunafuata Raila. Raila oye! Kata, kata. Kata. Kata usiogope. Kata. Kata Raila kata. Kata. Kata, kata. Kata. Kwenda, kwenda. Kwenda.
We have fought consistently, barring our people over the years. The other day we made another score. And I want to say that we have to be grateful that somehow history has given us a leader called Raila Odinga, who has amassed experience. And at his age, when we are all tired, he's never tired. I am not tired. Kenya should not be tired. The struggle must continue. If it's not there, let it begin. If the one we began is not right, we can begin other struggles also. Yes.
Duncan Hemba, KTN News.